Hello, everybody. Welcome to this. I'm trying something out. I hope I do not lose this. At least I have my uh, backup here. So yeah, welcome to this, the Greatest Attorney, with your host, a non-English speaker, and a really, really bad reader. So yeah. Uh, we got to this starting this trial around. I don't remember when was the last time I actually played. So let's go. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you made of. Got it. So the person eating the steak. Yeah, I remember. The person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been me. No, as an as yet unknown third party. Obviously, it it can only it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection!
Objection! You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person.
Yes!
Yes, there was because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim could have been eating anything. Yet, have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have a strong evidence to support our ascension. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Minister of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Kazuma, are you insane? You would have taken the government? Don't worry, Consul. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them, those two witnesses at the stand. What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Perjury? What is it? And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Come. No, ¿cómo era? Complicit in murder. No! Look at this. You are forgetting my existence. Open your mind. Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. Oh, they're conspiring. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. You say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Oh. What? What did you just say, Kolkata-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders. Hold on, lad. I was, You say you never saw the gentlewoman. She hot? Yeah, but that's not a. When you say gentle moment, you mean she hot? You saw the victim with the lady from overseas. If she was from overseas, probably she was hot. Tell me, she hot? What? I thought you were mine.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? I barely understand this love triangle.
These witnesses gave false statements. Is it true, you bear?
Look at this.
Look at this. You are forgetting everything you saw.
Just one. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order, Consul. Explain what's going on here. I got hypnotized for a little while. It's painfully clear right now. You try to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of it.
Then who's behind this? Who tried to keep your mouth shut?
Look at this face. You are not watching me.
That's classified.
Open your mouth.
The baby. I mean the Quato. Just there pulling his nose. So, you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator of this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Ryunosuke. Judging from the way they reacted to this, she was probably hot. I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Auchi had any idea of it. I mean, look at it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. You, Judge, that professor of yours, the police, the government, the military, the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas of who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was to try to make these witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves that whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? Yes, it was a nice summer camp. No, not that type of progress. Before, we examined this piece of evidence in more detail and we found a clue as a result. Oh, yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything. Make sure there's nothing we missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers! If it's proven that these witnesses had been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please wait, Your Excellency. I have no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing!
Auchi, don't you dare say that. The only God we praise is Jesus Christ. And what does the defense have to say about this? I hope it's for you. Well, Your Excellency, I do believe in Christ. I have no time to think. I'm just going to have to close my app and shout out the first name that comes into my head. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is Satoru Hosonaga. I love his name. Holy fuck.
Yes!
Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san? The waiter who took the stand earlier?
Objection!
Poppycock, the man died
When?
2 hours ago. What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give a false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence.
For once, I would have to agree with you. If that is the man is truly were the waiter. Wait a second. Yeah, we have that. Who am I like fooling? Of course I know that. Of course I know this. Remember, I played the first case and I started the second case. After the second case, I don't know what we are going to be looking for, but I know that this card made him nervous. And why this card made him nervous? Because of this. Chief Inspector Hatoru Hosonaga, Premier Criminal Investigations Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see that it says the witness name here, Satoru Hosonaga? Well, yes, business card tend to show a person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected, it's his job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Hatoru Hosonaga, Premier Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector, what on earth? I have no idea. I was so sure he was just the kitchen. And I don't know. I just figured out that, well, I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow here, the waiter's business card information has been updated to the court record. Manage the restaurant raises a number of questions, I think. Definitely. Supposed to show the relative position of everything in moments following the incident. But there's nothing to show that the woman you say you saw was there. Exactly! That's not all! Look there in the upper left, it says kitchen. Oh, yes, what of it? It's a kitchen! No one will use those complicated characters to write kitchen, especially not if they're in a hurry. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself, don't you? Study harder, Ryunosuke. Okay. If the man were truly the waiter, I thought he was the owner of the restaurant.
If he truly were,
Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. Truth about Satoru Hosonaga Real's identity has proven by this evidence. Waiter's business card.
Yes!
Plan of the restaurant is sketched by the man in question. I agree. It shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure it concludes anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back end of the card. It's the back. The back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Perhaps I should have said the front. Yes! It's the front of the back of the card. What the fuck? What? That's where the telling detail is. Could you make it more complicated? I didn't hear it well. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student trying to say? Hosonaga-san he's fucking Phoenix, I love it. Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant of the reverse side of his business card. Front of that business card revealed that the man in question's profession is true profession. Waiter's profession. But that's surely... Good God gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigations Division's Imperial Police Bureau.
What? The waiter is a police detective from the CIA? We are fucked!
Oh no, the CIA is not created by this moment in time, I think. What's the secret police of the British? I don't remember. What the fuck? Whatever. He's CIA by this moment. The CIA of the British.
That doesn't exist.
Well, who says? History, whatever. I'm so fucking stupid.
I haven't heard any mention of this before. We haven't heard any mention of this before.
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention what you've seen this foreign gentlewoman that you've seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well, she was hot. I don't remember. He shit himself. Inspector Hosonaga. In the flesh and the blood. I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. Go will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Well, is there a problem? Hand the plan over to the court officer at once. Of course. There you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry all investigations flawlessly, as it's my guiding principle. No, what would his voice be like? If I let myself be distracted. No, that's dumb. If I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. I think I'm going to go with this. I have to do a funny face for it to work.
So, you mean to say you really are a detective?
From the British CIA, nonetheless. British intelligence. I don't remember. There was a fucking thing that happened with the British like a couple of weeks ago, but I don't remember what was the name. I feel it was the M16, I think. The M16? Well, whatever. Well, why would the detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Oh, of course! Your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. I was working undercover. undercover? Yes. There has been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as the waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not in the liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to the case of homicide. Very well. Inspector Rosanaga, you will elaborate on one point of the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was, in fact, another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly, you would also have been aware of this person's presence having served the table in question. However, I forgot the voice. However, your testimony will not allude to this ordered dinner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? That's how I feel after doing so many voices. Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. Astonishing. But as I suspected. Bank. As soon as I had the shotgun, I ran out of the kitchen to see what happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim's table was a young lady whom I guessed was to be an English woman. So the truth comes out. Now I have a question. Was she hot? Yeah, she was, but I don't know what does this have to do with the case. Immediately, I sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say your captain had that look? I would be cancelled if I say that joke. Remove the English woman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the English woman's presence at the restaurant had to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if that English woman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An English woman had been murdered. An Englishman has been murdered in our soil. To name an English woman as the primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So, that's the reason of the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. It was pretty privileged all along. I want to meet her. But it's not right. she hot? Was she hot? One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Your university is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. I'm fairly certain that one of them studying in the medical faculty in the research laboratory. It's a young English woman, and she is very, very hot. You're a shrewd man. You disgust me, too. I can see what you're choosing. Why you're the chosen candidate of the overseas study tour. You mean? When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it was prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. No, I'm not going to do that. The English woman sitting with the university profession at the table was a certain Miss Giselle Pratt. She indeed. So far as she is indeed a student studying, and in the research laboratory at Yami University Medical Faculty.
What is happening here?
I admit that under orders for the police bureau, I erase all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. the sergeant hiding his guato. I ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. If she is hot, then she has to come here. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particular critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth given and give a ruling at this point.
Objection!
But Your Excellency, that would mean missing the known deadline of overruling in order to send a telegraphic report to Great Britain. If your own government will surely be displeased with such actions.
Calm yourself, Consul. I will not allow the government of our country or any other influence in the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hosonaga? Yes, sir. You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. I need to see. At once, Your Excellency.
Objectifying! but that means you will be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau.
Oof. There's someone knocking at the wall? Or not? Well, whatever. As he said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So, it won't be a problem. Copy. Nothing will get in my way. Your boys goes worse in the moment. Treat yourself. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Your Excellency!
Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. To be continued. Holy shit, how many minutes has passed? Yeah, let's save the progress. Did you see Kazuma's base? And it has like a lot of months since I last played this thing. I'm going to save here. Mostly because I'm afraid of losing the video because I'm trying this hotkeys thingy. So yeah, let's do this. A little more. We need to see the Giselle Brett. 22 of November, 11:38 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendant, Antechamber number 5. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. Oh, my heart was in my mouth the entire time. How hot is your mouth? Let me guess. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there, you are drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. That was disgusting, man. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. I think you might have a natural talent to being a lawyer. Forget it, it's terrifying. If I get through this, I don't even want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Why are you laughing? Ryunosuke, I'm not the protagonist of this game. What? Anyway, it looks like we expunged your Phantom Lady at last. Miss Giselle Brett, a student from Great Britain. Is she hot? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't wrong. There was a young woman with him. I've been saying it all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? But you didn't say if she was hot or not, so I didn't care. Like for most of the trial. I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I'm sure of. Yes, I can see that. So, about this young gentlewoman, is she single? Is she hot? Thanks to our detective friend. I'm sorry, I am getting a lot longer with that is she hot bit, but I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not going to apologize for it. Sorry for that. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself. Then, on the floor next to the Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. And just after I bent down and picked it up, I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. The waiter ran over me, looking as white as a sheet. But sheets are brown. Not that type. Okay. Then he bundled into me with some sort of smart pantry next to the kitchen. Fast thinking but the detective, he apprehended the suspect without a moment of delay. Yes, and because I was shot in the pantry, I have no idea of what happened outside the dining area. Hmm.
How did it feel hard away down both of you?
Professor Mikotova.
Well, it seems I was alright. A pair of you make an outstanding team. You exceed my expectations, I have to say.
Yes, it seems you planned this from the very start.
No, I planned for your friend to go to prison. I didn't want to lose your bicep, but this works, so good.
You arranged things so that I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial.
Yes, I did. Our mother country is still in its infancy. Our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn what they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. So I needed a scapegoat, and you wanted to help this useless pad.
Don't say that word. It makes no well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise. If I'm the kind of if I'm the kind of man who can help his best friend about his worst crisis in life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas. What? What are you saying, Kazuma?
So that's your stance. I was afraid you feel that way, so I decided for you. And you don't have to decide anything. You're going. Because I'm big, you're small.
Oh,
Yeah.
just
I'm big, you're small, I'm good, you're bad, and you cannot change anything. You cannot change that fact. I was afraid you felt that way.
Kazuma.
Well then, it looked like it all comes to you. Down to you, young man.
To me?
Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place at the restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. I wanted you incarcerated, but this is the second best thing. I'm going for the winning team. After all, I have a personal connection to this case.
Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he?
I made all my money to bet for you. So please, don't disappoint me. It was really hard to get out my money after my initial bet. And I have to put a lot more. So I don't want to lose any money.
If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the big deal?
Yes, I did. You're probably aware of Dr. H. Wilson was a visiting professor at Germany. It was I who invited him.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that before.
Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking for identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible.
But let's not forget who we're going up against. The gentlewoman involved in our police bureau, and went to extraordinary lengths to hide.
Yes, I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to squash your case. But I have no doubt that the pair will put up a good fight. Right to the last. I put a lot of money in you. Don't disappoint me. Best of luck. Don't disappoint me.
Thank you.
Now then. I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think remaining.
Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama.
Defendant Naruhodo! Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's go in there. Deal a decisive blow before those old fossils. Before these old fossils know what hit them. Kazuma? What? Thank you. Really. What for? Well, if you haven't said you believe me, then I'm really sure I'd have been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith. As a lawyer, as a friend, and as a lover. Coming from you, that means a lot. If I'm found guilty of this, but Kazuma is such a bi icon. I love him. He's really going to give up his. He's really going to give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. With an extra large portion, of course. Oh no, that's mine. What? 22 of November, 12 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. Bye!